Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special recipe planned because I'm making something for Sant Jordi, which is a traditional holiday in Catalonia on 23rd April. Basically, it's kind of our Valentine's Day, let's put it this way, and basically we give each other roses and books. So I kind of got myself some roses to make this recipe. And we're gonna be making something called Catalan cream, crema catalana. Esta vez también hay subtítulos en español y en català, així que els podeu activar. I'm gonna link down below a link to a website where it explains where this comes from, so you can check it out if you're interested in. So yeah, we're gonna be making the Catalan cream, but I didn't want to make it like the usual way, so I'm gonna make it on a pie. And then we're also gonna be making some apple roses. We're gonna make them similar to the ones I did in my Fantastic Beast video, because basically the streets in Catalonia get filled with roses on this day, so I thought that there was nothing better than this. So let's get started. I'm gonna be using Shortcrust pastry just because it's easier and faster for everyone, but if you want a healthier version, I made a vegan and gluten-free crust pastry thing on my Snow White video. I'm gonna link it up here so you can go check that out and make your own if you're interested in that. The Catalan cream is kind of similar to creme brulee. I think that's the most similar recipe out there. But the thing is, it's the second time I'm making it. I just called my grandma to confirm how to make it, what to use, and I'm not sure I'm using the right ingredient. I'm gonna be using corn flour, cornstarch, or things like that, just something to make it thick. And that's the one I have, that's the one I'm gonna use. I'm not sure if it's the best, we'll see. But yeah, just bear in mind that there's tons of other ways to do it probably. So that's just one way where I'm gonna try and attempt to create it. So yeah, now let's get cooking. I'm gonna start with the shortcrust pastry because I want it baked before adding any of the other ingredients. So we're gonna put it into a baking tray. And I also tried to make a nice pattern on the borders. And then inside we're gonna need to put something so the pastry doesn't raise.
Raise your hands up in the air. That's not even how it is because it's put your hands up in the air.
I'm recording.
Hi friends.
And I believe people usually use chickpeas, but I didn't have any, so I used some barley. And we're gonna put it in the oven for 20-25 minutes, depending on your oven. Just when you feel it's cooked, you just take it out. And now onto the cream. In a pot, I'm gonna put half a liter of milk. I'm using oat milk, and also the peel of an orange and a lemon. You can use just one or both of them, and some cinnamon sticks. And we're gonna bring this to the heat so the milk gets infused. We're also gonna add the sugar. You can add as much sugar as you want, depending how sweet you like it. And now I'm gonna prepare the eggs. What I'm gonna do is add 5 egg yolks and then 2 full eggs. I'm gonna mix them and I'm gonna keep them aside. And now we're also gonna add our corn flour, cornstarch, whatever you're using. I'll add about 2 big tablespoons. And to avoid any clumps, I'm gonna take some of the milk that I have heating up, I'm gonna mix it in with the corn flour, and then I'm gonna put it into a strainer so no clumps get filtered to the milk. And from this moment, it's important that you keep mixing all the time. Mostly to avoid clumps and also because now we're gonna start incorporating our eggs, mostly egg yolks. And while we throw them in, we keep mixing all the time. Depending on the starch or flour you're using, it might need to heat up and boil or it might not. So just keep it in the heat or at a low heat until it gets thick. It's most likely gonna happen really fast. And now for our apple roses, I'm gonna put water into a bowl and add a dash of lemon juice so the apples don't get oxidated beforehand. And I'm gonna cut them in really thin slices, as thin as possible, and straight into the water. Now I'm gonna cover it with some cling film and bring it to the microwave for about 4 or 5 minutes. So they get more tender and it's easier to roll them into roses. And obviously I called my grandma so I could check if everything I was doing was right.
Vols posar-li mel o vols posar-li llet condensada?
Mel,
De dues maneres se torra.
Però només una mica, no?
Tu prova el que tu vulguis, posa-li una mica rona així i la poses al forn.
La poso a gratinar, no per això?
Sí, a gratinar, clar.
Pues res, m'aniré a esperar. Si vols després te dic què tal.
Vale, ja em trucaràs.
Et truco en un rato.
Vale.
Vale, adéu. And she suggested to add some honey or condensed milk to the apples so it would be sweeter. So you can use your apple straight out from the microwave, or you can put it in the oven for 2 minutes with some honey or condensed milk so it sticks even more and it's even more tender. And now both our cream and our pastry have cooled down, so we're gonna assemble it. I saved it in the fridge for about an hour, the longer the better. And then I sprinkled some sugar on top and put it in the oven with the grill so the sugar would melt. If you have something to do it out of the oven, that's better, but I didn't have any other option, so I did it with the grill. And when the sugar melts and gets caramelized, it's ready. As I said, I only left it in the fridge for about an hour, so the longer the better, and actually the day after it was way thicker and nicer, so keep that in mind if you want to make it in advance. Oh my god, my cameraman has to try this. Yes, this is delicious. Although it melted, it's not super thick. Pretty melty inside, but like, tastes amazing. So that's it for today's video. I hope you like it. Even though you might not know about the tradition, it's a really cute and yummy pie, so you can try to make it at home. And with that said, remember to subscribe if you don't want to miss any videos, and to follow me on Instagram because I'm posting a lot of things there too. I'm getting a lot into photography, so there's a lot of things there, and probably a video coming really soon about how I edit my photos, because some of you have asked me on Instagram. So with that said, I'll see you in the next one. I'm going to be using Shortcrust. Why can't I talk? I'm nervous. I'm gonna be using Shortcrust.